I'm in Berlin, Europe's party capital, on a journey to meet 3 gay refugees who believe Germany's their best hope to live freely. Former pop star Bashar Taha fled Iraq after getting death threats.
Gay life in Middle East, it's something disaster. It's so dangerous actually, it's really dangerous.
Mustafa Abada's also left Iraq, but in Germany's migrant camps he says he's faced hatred from other refugees.
بعد هذا كله 2 شباب تعدوا عليه وضربوني وعندي تقريبا مع الشرطة يثبت بهذا الشيء.
Rami Abu Al-Dahab is traumatized by his journey from Syria.
If you want to know that, curious about it.
27-year-old Bashar arrived in Berlin 3 months ago, one of a million refugees to have come to this country.
Yeah, fancy will be good on you.
Back in Iraq, he was an up-and-coming pop star.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, Bashar.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
But with success came rumours he was gay. He says his car was destroyed and he received death threats. The killing of a gay school friend was one of the reasons he fled Iraq. The victim in this picture is one of several gay men murdered in Baghdad around that time.
My friend, they cut the guy from hands like this, and they cut the leg like this. And they take a block, and they throw that in the face many times.
In Berlin, he doesn't want to live in fear.
I want to get a job and then small home to feel safe in it, and that's it. And a person who really loved me, care about me. I think my dreams is very small and not so big. But I'm working for it.
Bashar lives in Berlin's only shelter for LGBT refugees. But before I can visit, I get a voicemail.
أنا خايفة كلش خايفين يعني خربانة جوات بعد ما ندري نسوي هسه.
The shelter has been attacked. They don't want us to film there, so Bashar and a friend wait nearby.
How are you?
There's some people will scream and really high voices, and we don't get what's happening. So everyone run down. So some people, they bleeding in the faces, and then I said, my friend, oh my God, there's something serious happened.
Bashar's friend, who's so frightened he doesn't want his face shown, claims the attackers were Middle Eastern.
Maybe Daesh come with my hand. Maybe another person.
Yeah.
I don't know, but very very afraid for that.
Bashar is devastated that the hatred he faced in the Middle East may have pursued him here.
I'm in Berlin. I want to feel safety. I'm running away from Middle East just to feel safety. I don't want anything else.
Thank you very much.
Okay, see ya.
The police begin their investigations immediately.
I'm meeting police officer Marika from the Hate Crime Division, and she's going to interview Bashar this morning about the attack. Now, we're not going to meet at the police station, but instead Manio, this LGBT organisation, who help break down the barrier between hate crime victims and the police.
3 refugees were allegedly beaten with bars in the attack. They were all rushed to hospital.
Marika is now speaking to Bashar about the specifics of the attack. Because it's an ongoing investigation, we're not allowed to record it.
The police have spoken to more eyewitnesses. They've a description of the attackers. In the streets near the shelter, Marika puts up posters in 4 languages asking for information. This area is home to many migrants and refugees. A few moments later, they spot a suspect.
Alle mal Richtung Wand. Hey, nicht anfassen. Nicht anfassen. Ich geh zur Wand. Fass mich nicht an. Ich geh zur Wand. Fass mich noch einmal an. Ja, dann machst du das nicht anfassen. Wären wir denn tot? Wären wir denn Messer gemacht?
The suspect is a migrant. This is one of 10 similar attacks Marika's investigating.
Geez, so his family has arrived. They're saying that he did beat up people in the past, but now he's changed and he's maintaining his innocence.
He's released pending further questioning. Later I meet Bashar on Zonanale, a street known for its Arab restaurants.
Would you come to this street?
It's a place where Berlin's traditional liberal culture clashes with conservative Middle Eastern views. Gay refugees often avoid it.
Because many people getting attacked.
Bashar protects himself from confrontations by pretending not to be Arab.
I don't use Arabic language. I'm always English, because if I speak Arabic, then it's gonna be big trouble.
Within minutes, someone shouts homophobic insults at Bashar.
Okay, I'm just here to have my lunch, and then I get some amazing comments.
Now, what language did they say it in?
Oh, it was in Arabic.
Oh, really?
It was in Arabic.
I've been told LGBT refugees living in large refugee camps are also facing abuse and violence. According to one report, there have been 90 homophobic attacks by fellow refugees. I've come to Cologne, where a German charity is trying to help the victims.
أنا نقلوني هنا طبعا جديد منظمة مراكا نقلتني سزينة أي من الهاي لأنها متعرضة المشاكل واغتصاب.
These gay refugees have recently arrived and are frightened. They want help to escape threats they face in the camps.
علما أنه تاني كام كمان تعرضت لمحاولة اغتصاب.
هاي العلامات من كثر يعني الواحد يعني ما يقدر بعد يسوي شيء يعني شاف ما قدامه شيء يعني من فقد أعصابه يعني أنا من فقد أعصابه وأذيت نفسي.
One of the refugees is 19-year-old Rami, who arrived 9 months ago.
كنت عايش هو عبارة عن بيت طابقين كان في حوالي 20 شخص. أنا كنت أصغر ولد وأصغر واحد عامة بالبيت. كان في جنسيات مختلفة متعددة إيرانية عراقية كردية تركية عربية وكنت أتعرض لمضايقات كتير على حكي على مشوتي على هاي وأسمع كلام.
بشهر 12
To think that these guys have escaped war zones and they're now facing violent attacks, public humiliation, threats. I just never expected to hear that from refugees who've actually made it this far.
I fixed to meet Rami. A charity has arranged for him to stay with Harold and Jörg Sleater, a gay couple who want to help LGBT refugees. 4 years ago, Rami's family fled to Turkey from Syria, but he says they then rejected him for being gay. He became a sex worker in Istanbul, handing the cash to people smugglers who helped him get to Germany.
أحيانا بندم لأنه هيك عملت بس كمان أنا كنت مجبور ما فيني أعتب حالي.
How did you get from Turkey to Germany?
كان برد كان بالشتاء سافرنا لمنطقة اسمها أزمير. من هنيك طلعنا ببلم عبارة عن بالون كبير. أكتر شيء كان يزعلني بالطريق إنه أنا كنت لحالي وماشي بطريق أنا ماني عارفة وين نهايته ولا عارفة أنا متى أوصل.
He didn't tell anyone in the boat he was gay for fear of their reaction.
بس إنك قلت أنا جاي فأنت خلص أنت صح تعيش بجحيم أنت ما بدك إياه.
Living with Harold and Jörg has finally given Rami a sanctuary from war and persecution.
First few days, Rami told me the first time in his life he feels safe and comfortable here.
Is this your bedroom, Rami?
His prized possession is a pride flag.
بحب هيدا العالم كتير.
بحب الموديل العربي بذكرني شوي بسوريا وهيك.
Ooh, this is an impressive makeup bag.
Rami keeps in touch with old friends, gay Syrian refugees in Istanbul. One of them has news about his friend Mohammed, who was recently murdered.
يعني بشكل عام جانا خبر، يعني لما جانا خبر نحن ما صدقنا ابدا انه مستحيل انه مثلا انه هذا انه الشاب او انه كذا. يعني بصراحه موتي يعني يا لطيف، يعني ما حدا ابدا بيتخيل يا لطيف، يعني الله لا يقدر انه حدا يموت هيك موته. 20 طعنه، يعني 20 سكينه قاتلينه، يعني تخيلي 20 طعنه واخر شيء حطت السكينه على راسه انقطع راسه. يعني انه قتل، يعني تحول لاغتصاب وتحول لقتل. يعني بشكل عام نحن هون بشكل عام جونا كثير يعني كثير صعب. يعني لا في مساعدات، لا في امن، لا في حدا شيء يحمينا. يعني في كثير يعني عم في شغلات. عم جد خلصوا مشان حاجة تبكي، عم جد بكي. انا بالشارع مشان الله حاجة تبكي، لاني عم جد كثير بدك
كثير مشتاق لك، كثير مشتاق لك. مشتاق لأيامنا.
والله وانا كمان، والله العظيم انا كمان يا رب. اقسم بالله بس كنا نعمل هاي الظروف الحمد لله انت قاعد بامان. انا والله ما لي شرحه بصير انه امان، وين ما بروح حد يقتلني حد يقتلني. طيب ماشي يلا دير بالك حالك لما يبكي. ماشي روحي
وانت كمان يا عمري.
يلا.
تعجلت بطل على اوروبا وقلت له خلص باسل انا ما عاد فيني، اخواتي موتوني ما عاد فيني. وهو قال لي بس اصبر بس انا ما رديت، عرفت وطلعت. يعني انا اللي تخليت عنه. مشان هيك لما قال انه رامي عيلتي وهي فانا كثير انجرحت.
Rami wants to take me to see an Iraqi friend, Mustafa Abada. He's worried about Mustafa, who's also had a tough time in the refugee camps because of being gay.
Shona. Mustafa.
23-year-old Mustafa has managed to leave the refugee camp. He's found sanctuary in this flat, but now he's got to move out.
وبحقيقة ما عندي غراض كثيرة، فيعني شيء بسيط كلش. عبارة عن ملابس، واللي بداخل الغرفة أساساً مو إلي، هذا الشيء الوحيد اللي هو إلي، ويعني ما أعرف وين أودي، فأكثر شيء يعني راح أتخلص منه.
2 years ago, Mustafa was studying archaeology at university. But ISIS took control of his hometown, so he fled to Germany. When he arrived, life wasn't what he expected.
مشكلة ثالثة، أنا قضيت يعني حوالي 6 شهور بالمخيم، وكانت يعني 6 شهور من أسوأ أيام اللي عشتها بحياتي. انضربت هنا، وكانت الآثار موجودة، آثار ضربات، وحاولوا يعني هم اثنين حاولوا إنه يمارسون معي. كانت كلمات إنه مفعولها أقوى من الضربات اللي أكلتها.
What would they say to you?
قوم لوط، شاذ، رخيص، بلا أخلاق، بلا تربية، بلا شرف.
When he leaves the flat, he's terrified he might have to go back to a refugee camp.
شلون أفكر ثاني مرة أرجع؟ لا بدل ما أفكر أرجع المخيم أرجع للعراق، لأن ربما الأيام اللي عشتها بالعراق ربما أفضل من الأيام اللي عشتها بالمخيمات.
A couple of days later, I tried to track him down.
This is Cologne's very, very vibrant gay scene, and I'm hoping to meet Mustafa here. Mustafa. Marhaba. Deepak. Come on. Good? Yeah. How have you been? Yeah, good. Any luck with finding a new place to stay?
Mustafa gets benefit payments, but he still can't find a place to live. He's willing to do anything to avoid returning to a refugee camp.
What do you think is the solution now?
الأيام القادمة إنه أنا راح بات بالشارع، فأتحضن يعني من هسه أخلي لي كم شخص إنه أنا أقدر أروح عنده، أبيع نفسي له حتى أنا. فلهذا السبب إحنا نضطر نبيع نفسنا لهذول الأشخاص. بس يعني طبعا هذا الحال مو أنا بوحدي، كثير من اللاجئين، بس حتى شنو؟
He searches for potential clients using gay sex apps. Within minutes, he makes a connection.
So you're messaging him?
دزت رسائل وخبرت إنه أنا escort.
Do you think that people go for refugees specifically?
أكيد، لأن ألمانيا ما يرضى إنه أقل من 100 أو 150 يورو حتى 200 يورو، وإنما إنه بقية اللاجئين قد ما يجي أوكي أحسن من الماكو.
He asked you, have you time for me?
Mm-hmm.
And you said yes. Oh gosh. Can I see a photo of him?
حقيقة حتى ما حط صورة، فحتى أنا ما شاف صورته، يعني رسلت الصورة ما شافت الصورة.
So you don't know what this guy looks like or how old he is?
عمره كان حاطه بالآب إنه عمره 43، لكن كشكل ما أعرف يعني شلون راح يكون.
This sounds really dangerous, Mustafa. Do you really want to go ahead with it?
أعرف إنه هذا الشيء خطر، أعرف هذا الشيء مو يعني، لكن إنه أنا مجبر أسوي هذا الشيء، ماكو حل ثاني.
Back in Berlin, I'm visiting the House of Peace Mosque. The imam here is famous for his condemnation of ISIS. He's also known for his support of diversity and efforts to improve migrant integration.
I'm meeting Mohammed Taha Sabri. He's an imam in this community, and I want to try and find out why gay refugees are being attacked by their own people.
Mohammed came to Germany from Tunisia 27 years ago. He told me he's worried that the small minority of refugees who carry out homophobic attacks may spark a backlash against the wider Muslim community.
Leider in solchen Situationen habe ich das Gefühl, dass die nur Probleme für uns Muslime schaffen. Es ist traurig, ehrlich gesagt zu sagen, das ist traurig und das ist auch inakzeptabel, weil wir leben hier in einer Gesellschaft, der richtig vielfältig, der unterschiedlich.
Where is this homophobia coming from?
Es ist nicht akzeptabel, sage ich mal, religiös gesehen, diese Lebensweise, dass Mann mit Mann oder Frau mit Frau. Aber das ist eine Sünde, das ist zwischen dem Mensch selbst und sein Herr, Gott. Aber wir als Menschen müssen wir das akzeptieren. Wir leben in einer Gesellschaft, der vielfältig, und wir müssen das so akzeptieren.
Nearby, I meet up with Bashar. Tomorrow is the annual Gay Pride Parade, and Bashar wants to look his best.
Those on you. No, for you.
Oh, I don't wearing
yes.
women clothes.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
The parade's a chance for Bashar to put the attack in the LGBT shelter behind him.
Oh, nice.
But it's bigger than that.
Hey, man.
That looks good. How do you feel going to your first Pride ever?
It's just a new, like you live in a freedom, and you see many people like you, and you don't feel very strange like what I was feeling before, and it's gonna be more. It's really nice freedom feeling, So I just wanna get in and see what's gonna happen.
Are you nervous?
Maybe. No, not so much, but I think tomorrow is gonna be so beautiful day to be more free.
But that night, 9 people are killed in a shooting in Munich. Bashar leaves a message. He's worried ISIS is going to target the parade.
I do not know really. It's so dangerous, and it's making me feel like, oh my god, then maybe something will happen tomorrow. I'm really afraid actually.
The next morning, he still hasn't decided if he's coming.
After the phone call last night, it seems like Bashar now has cold feet about going to Pride, mainly because the other guys at the LGBT shelter are just too afraid to go.
Outside the shelter, there's no sign of him. And then...
Hey, Bashar. You're all dressed up.
Yeah, hello.
Does that mean you're going to Pride? What changed your mind? Come in, come in. Good. Oh, you look great.
Thank you.
What
Yeah,
changed your
actually-
mind? I thought you weren't going to go.
Yeah, I was afraid. Actually, I have to be in that Pride, even if I'm gonna die, because the thing is, ISIS will never stop my life, and then I don't want my life to stop because of them. Like, come on. So I'm gonna go.
Wow. We should put you up there.
For perhaps the first time in his life, Bashar feels what it's like not to be an outsider. He's finally finding the acceptance he couldn't get in the Middle East and still doesn't get from his fellow refugees. It's a huge step in rebuilding his life. Back in Cologne, I meet up with Mustafa for one last time. He's still searching for a home, too frightened to return to a refugee camp.
يعني وبصراحة بنفس الوقت إنه ما يعني نفسيتي تعبانة لأبعد الحدود، ويا ريت إنه فد علاج أو فد شيء يعالج الهوموسيكشوال مالتي هوية جنسية، لأن مليت من هذا الموقف اللي أنا بيه.
3 weeks later, Mustafa returned to a refugee camp. He claims he's receiving death threats from another refugee. Across town at a nightclub, it's free entry for refugees tonight. Mustafa's friend Rami feels like he's building a new life. The war in Syria and his traumatic experience in a refugee camp are finally behind him.
لأنه الدولة اللي بتاخذي حريتك الكاملة وبتحسي حالك إنك جزء محترم بهاي البلد، كيف ما كنت تكوني شو ما كانت تكون طائفتك ومن وين ما كنت تكوني، في هذا الشيء أكيد أنا بعتز وبقول إنه أكيد يعني ألمانيا بلدي.
Rami is proud to call Germany home. But more than 1 million other refugees also have to be assimilated. Chancellor Merkel has proclaimed that Germany will not change its liberal values, that Germany will remain Germany. But the hostilities some migrants have shown to LGBT refugees, like Rami, Mustafa and Bashar, is now fueling a political debate about how that can be achieved.